Welcome back. So it's been a while since I've done an upload. I had a few weeks off for various reasons, but I see there's lots of new faces on the channel, so welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you aren't already, obviously, if you're new to the channel. And today's video, I've been teaching over the last week in various parts of the UK about confidence in mediumship. There was a lot to be desired during a lot of the workshops and seminars that I've been running over the last sort of 7 to 10 days. And the thing that stood out the most was confidence. I've probably demonstrated 6 times in the last 10 days or so. And I have spoken about this quite a lot, so I thought it would make sense to do the video. So that is what we'll be talking about today. Now, if you are a regular on the channel, you know how I am with certain things within mediumship. I just like to make it very simple, very easy, and try to give some sort of everyday reflection to it, so it's easy to understand and you can implement it. And the one I've used all week for confidence is that little voice in your head. You know, the one when someone cuts you up, when you're on the road, or someone tries to queue jump, or someone says something to you, and you have to agree for the harmony of the situation. You can see where I'm going with it. And in every scenario, there is a voice in your head. You know, maybe someone didn't hold the door open for you when you were making your way to the shop, or whatever it'll be. There's that reflective side inside where that voice says something different to the action that you actually do. And so I smile about it, because there are times when, like just the weekend gone, I was just holding a mentoring program, and there were 3 people in the queue at the shop. I'm waiting for a coffee. I'm waiting to order the coffee. And they don't know what coffee they want. They've ordered 3 coffees, and then they've changed their mind, and they've had to be remade, and the whole time the queue's getting bigger. And then the assistant says to me, "Can I take your order?" And I just went, "Yeah, can I have a flat white, please?" But the whole time in that queue, I was just like, "Will you hurry up? I'm in a rush. I've got a class to have," and so on and so forth. And you know, or singing in the car. You know, you could be driving down and you've got your own little karaoke going, and in that car you are singing at the top of your voice. But remove that car and remove the loud noise and give you a mic and give you a stage, and you are someone completely different. And it's that I want to get through to the people that watch the channel, because it's that version of you that I want to work with. It's that version of you that mediumship wants to work with, so we can say everything that comes into our minds via the communication and do it with confidence. There are many scenarios over the workshops that I can use, so I'm not going to dig any one particular person out, but a number of times in the last 7 to 10 days I have heard, I wish I'd said that, I had that, but I didn't express it, I didn't say that, I didn't feel it was right, or whatever. And the notion for mediumship for me is that if it's in your head while you're working, there is a reason it's there. We have to just interpret it, and through interpreting it and getting it wrong, we eventually learn to get it right. I've said that across many videos on the channel. Now, the other side of this story is that over the last 2 years, I've done a little bit of work with King's College in London, and with a guy called Marcus Sorensen, where he works with the Neuroscience, so trying to help research with the universities by doing fMRI scanners and seeing the brain activity, and understanding how the brain works from a neurological side. And through this process, we have learned, with the colleague that I've done this with, is that there is a process that fires every single time. And what I've said over the last 7 to 10 days to the audience, to the congregation, when I've been doing this talk, is I make it very easy again and ask how many people have suffered with any form of depression, whether it be clinically recognised or if you just feel down. and how many people have had that episode. And as you can imagine, so many people have gone through that experience. What we also notice is that when that experience starts, when that beginning of that depression starts, or feeling under the weather and it not going away, in a very short space of time, our world is a very different place. Our reality is very different. And all that has happened there is that we've made it normal. We've made it the normal way that our neuro pathways have said, oh, is this what we're doing, Charlie? Okay, then let's just take a shortcut and we'll do it this way. That's how the brain works. And again, I liken that to other examples. We may be trying to start a diet. Maybe we need to lose a little bit of weight. Maybe we sign a gym membership and we try and get active a little bit more, going and try and burn some of the calories off to get going, or just to feel better, or just to feel like you have more energy. Some of you may be trying to do something new, it basically is what I'm saying. And the hardest thing is to actually go. The hardest thing is to actually make the gym. The hardest thing is to actually start the diet. I'll start it on Monday, and we go through this cycle. But actually, once the cycle has started, very quickly, we start to adjust to it. Our body and our mind starts to adjust to this new action that we're trying to implement within our everyday life. And the science behind that, with working with Marcus, was that he showed us with results on screen and in real-time scenarios that it actually only takes 6 to 8 weeks to reprogram or develop a new pathway for the body to say, oh, we're doing this, are we, Charlie? So basically, if I want to go to the gym, the first 6 weeks are going to be the hardest. But after 6 weeks, it will be the done thing. My mind will be like, come on, you got to go to the gym, you got to feel good, you got to do this. Or with a diet, I'm adjusted and now I don't need so much food, and after 6 weeks it was really easy after that, and now I stop when I'm full, and so on and so forth. Again, you can see where I'm going with this story. So that voice in your head, so many of you, I know so many developing mediums, some that have been doing it maybe a few months, some for the first time over the last 7 to 10 days, and some that have been doing it absolutely years. And so when you talk of figures of 6 to 8 weeks, all you have to do is believe in some way that that voice in your head, that confident version of you, that blunt version of you, that version of you that you so want to be and so want to show people on the outside, but you hide it within the mind. It only takes 6 to 8 weeks for you to start expressing this to its fullest. And that is amazing. Now, you think of all the things that you can implement this to. If you are a negative-minded person, it may only take 6 to 8 weeks to turn that round. And now you see things in a more positive light. Only 6 to 8 weeks. You want to be a good, confident medium. It only takes 6 to 8 weeks. You want to lose weight, and you want to start activities like the gym. It's only 6 to 8 weeks to get it running in your mind and start to get that version of you out there. And that's what I want to discuss today. That's what I want to get out there. Be that version of you in your head that when you want to shout at someone, shout at someone. When you want to compliment someone, compliment someone. When you are feeling uneasy with a situation but you're only saying it in your head, say it out loud. And 6 to 8 weeks later, you will have that new personality that will start to form and start to be more at ease with it the more and more that you do it. So now I have the reputation of being very blunt, very black or white. You're just too mechanical, Charlie. I wasn't always that way. It took a minimum of 6 to 8 weeks to start expressing that version of myself that I see inside my head. And I tell people, I don't post it on Facebook or walk around arrogantly like, oh, I'm amazing, but that's in my head, to be able to get on a stage or in front of a camera and talk to people across the media and do the job to the best that I could possibly do it. In my head, I have to tell myself I'm a superstar. And so now, 6 to 8 weeks later, I'm starting to express myself like I believe that I'm a superstar. And that's where the confidence comes from. Every very successful person that you speak to, whether that be a pop star or a movie star or whoever, you ask them their process, and they'll all talk of the same process on that voice in their head and expressing exactly who they are, and telling themselves that they've got to do it and they can't give up, and it's all the pathways that they've created in their mind. So if you want to be that confident medium, the great news is that can really happen in 6 to 8 weeks. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you aren't already. And I'll see you all in the next video.